Hi all. It will be another session, another live stream, and it's a Ask Me Anything session, which means that you can ask any question, hopefully code-related question, in comments, and I will try to address them. As usual, if you have anything, if you see any issue with stream or with any settings, just let me know. Otherwise, so if we also don't have any questions, I will just work on a project. But anytime I get a question, I will try to address it. I am streaming now as usual, on YouTube, Twitch, I believe, but also on Facebook. So you can use any of this and ask any questions you have. I am now checking Facebook comments. To be honest, all these settings, as I mentioned also yesterday, all these settings are so different. Okay, so we already have one question. How many years of experience on programming? El Mamoun Soro, sorry if I said your name incorrectly. So I have professionally, you can check also on LinkedIn, professionally it is, I think, more than 12 years. But I started very early. I started during the school years. And I started actually, my first piece of code was with in Excel. There is a Visual Basic macros. You can run Visual Basic macros. It's called VBA back in days. And this was my first piece of code. Then I tried to do some C++. I spent 3 months with assembler. I wanted to be a very system developer. And then somehow I went to web development. Early days it was PHP, then .NET. And then at some point I made the decision to switch to Python. So it was another 5 to 6 years. And now it's mainly Go. So all this took it's for sure more than 10 years, but I don't remember exact. You can check on my LinkedIn page. I try to keep it active. Hope this helps. If you have any question, also let me know. I will try to answer. If background sound is too loud, again, just let me know. Because I plan to most of the stream work. So yeah, that's why I put it a bit loud than usual. Yeah, I see another question. Thanks for being proactive. Let me see if you can hear me. Just a moment, I was muted. Yeah. So how you can be a good developer? Like, I mean, I can say what I can tell what I do, right? I am not the best developer, but I try different options, different ways. First of all, if you just started, I say like you put like you are Flutter developer, junior Flutter developer. Actually, Flutter is quite cool technology. I also try to do some stuff with Flutter. Best thing you can do is read a lot, check a lot of source code, read a lot of the articles, books, especially books, because books will give you always like structured information. Courses, end-to-end courses. So this is must-have part. Then you can then if you want to really like learn and be a good developer, you will need to write a lot of code, right? So write a lot of code. If it's possible, ask for review, ask for like ask existing like other Flutter developers to review your code, to comment on it, to show your improvement points. And nowadays, like there are so many open source projects that you can actually like maybe even get involved in any. It takes a lot of time and a lot of energy. Like I don't recommend start with this if you don't have like enough time. If you have enough time and energy, of course, this is also a good way to get involved in open source. And why it's important, because so you will have, especially if you are not working already, you will have a way to review your code, right? So other will say what's good, what's bad in your code. But you can also like start your project and maybe in some like discussion websites ask for review, right? It's always good. So, but to summarize, what I am saying is read, check other source codes, and write a lot of code. The practice. This is like 3 probably must-haves. Let me know if it helps. I can elaborate more if you need. Okay, what I am using for streaming? Someone is asking on YouTube. I am using a lot of stuff. That's why it's so complicated. I will show in a second. Let me just add one more widget and I will show what I'm using. I want to show questions on the screen. Just a moment. Subscription, go blah blah blah. Chat highlight, I guess. No, I'm trying to put all messages on the screen. I don't know. Stream label, blah 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 blah. Support. I'm using, like, I will say name. You can maybe also search. I use Streamlabs, but it is paid. If you are streaming to only one platform, you can actually use Chatbox. I found it. You can actually use just OBS. I use OBS for my tutorials. Chatbox. But if you want to stream to multiple platforms, then Streamlabs, like there are multiple solutions. Streamlabs is one of them. Basically what happens, I will show this in a second. Basically what's happening, you enable, like they have this desktop application. You can also import settings from OBS. So if you have already like some scenes, you can import from OBS, and and configure output streams. Like for example, for me it's YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, and then just click and it will be automatically streaming. It's really good. I like it, but it's paid. I think I pay around 15 or 20 per month. Hope this helped. So let's say boxed. I will show how it looks like just in a second. So let's put it for now here. So this is what it looks for me. So I have all these scene settings, different configurations. So now do I see all of them? No. Okay. I guess there was one more question. Just a moment. Show tube, enable, blah blah blah. Always show messages. Yes, I want to keep all messages, and maybe let's make it a bit smaller. Settings 20 maybe. Chapter. Okay, so no, this is Streamlabs desktop. It's not OBS. But as I said, you can import from OBS. Ah yeah, so I was looking for this one. So I want to make it a bit smaller here. Maybe. Does it help or? Okay, and maybe I can hide topics. I don't need topics on the screen. And yeah, actually I want to do this one. And hey, it can be the same. Okay, done. And let's hide file content. Okay, and chat box is here. Okay, so let's see if we have any other questions. So not yet for now. I wish Visual Studio Code also, not Visual Studio, Facebook also had a better view, like one dashboard for all things. Actually they have, but I don't see comments. Attention, blah blah blah, view on Facebook, insights for all posts now. Okay, there is another one. Now I am working for digital marketing and YouTube marketing, and I am also a SEO expert. Thank you for your life. Yeah, you are always welcome. Yeah, I mean, you work digital marketing, YouTube marketing. So you are not. Do you work for these companies, like which is in these areas, or you work as a marketing specialist? I didn't understand. But yeah, always, if you have any more questions, just ask. Don't hesitate. I think that's it for now in terms of answer questions. Okay, so if you have any more questions, please let me know. So for now, I will do one more settings and then start some coding. Visual settings, blah blah blah, short turbo, short blah blah blah. Chunky, not chunky. No, clean. Okay, we'll check. So there's so many settings. Streamlabs. So this is good. I need one more thing. So it's not go, sorry, not yet. We will start in a second. I'm trying to set everything so I don't miss any comment or anything like this. And so far I don't see any questions, so we are probably good to go. I need to refresh, that's what I don't like. I need to always refresh. Anyway, so one more thing, one more widget. So it is Streamlabs. There was one question. It is Streamlabs. I'm checking with Streamlabs now. And I want to get notification when I have chat box, subscription, blah, blah, blah. Properties. When will start? Is this actual question or it is? I will start in few minutes, just in a few minutes. Sorry for delay. I am trying to set some streaming settings. Follower goal, tip ticker, blah blah blah. Chatbox sponsor, start, goal. Dynam alert box. I guess this is what I need. Stream label. Yeah, maybe let's try this. Donations at follower households. Okay. Do I get 4 comments? Donations, follows, rate, super chat, subscribers, blah blah blah. So many things and no comments. Okay, so let's leave it for now, and we will see later what happens. I will leave it, I don't know. Let's leave it here. Thank you, man. Do you have any, do you expect any specific things that you want to see on the stream? I'm asking Psycat Biswas, sorry if I'm saying it incorrectly. Do you have any expectations in terms of what you want to see? Because I am just working on my Go project. I can actually focus on any parts that you are interested. And let's test this. Follow. Oh, cool. Maybe not on my face, right? So let's do it here. Cool. Okay, so I think I am good to go. Let me check one more time if I have anything on the stream. Nothing on Twitch. Facebook. What about Facebook? Do I need to refresh again? No. Oh, it's live chat. Cool. Yeah, I think the best way on Facebook to see what's happening in chats is to just open your post and you will see. It's live in groups. Oh, thanks, man. Really, I appreciate your support. Okay, so let's go. Actually it was yesterday, what I did, I started working on Iris web framework. I will open its website in a second. And purpose, I So this is also some it's a new framework for me. I did some things, but it's not like production ready. And I started like actually checking static files. And actually, like one more thing I need to do, I need to update these topics because it's not accurate anymore. I think I don't have, do I have static files optimization? I don't even have templates in this list, which is not good. Basically what's happening, like for Echo, we did some work with static files. I want to do the same for Iris. And actually yesterday we did the exact same. So now I will push these changes in a second. But at the moment we have Iris and Echo very identical to each other. So what I will do, I will commit these changes on a separate branch. So if you want to check for Echo framework, you can check this branch, but I will open another one, git checkout, and it will be Iris static assets, and actually template and template. So I will add all these files, all these changes, and commit Iris static assets and template. And let me demonstrate what I did. I didn't plan to be like this tutorial like live stream, but I want to just repeat what we had. And also, if you have any also code related question, just shoot it. This is the purpose of this Ask Me Anything session. So what we did last time. So I will move back to the Iris. Stop execution, and I want to, so in Visual Studio Code you can now extract parts of the panel, so I will move it just back. I don't need it anymore. And what we did actually very simple things. First we set on home page, we set static HTML, so now when you hit this URL, we will serve a file. This is a function in context. It's Iris context, just a reminder. And when you say serve file, it will serve given static file. Then we also have a binder, like we map our static URL / static URL to assets directory. And then we have entity form, another URL. This is something new which we did for Iris. We don't have the same for Echo. And what we do here, we just return another file. But this file is not like usual file. We can also put some templates, like template language in this file. And let me show documentation for this file, for this part. So if you move to Iris website, so this is in template rendering part. So this is a documentation. This is a part that we checked yesterday. And actually, now we are using HTML template, which is default for Go, right? It's in standard package. Well, like we didn't, like we just render, we just return it, right? We don't send anything, any contextual information to the view. So maybe let me do this part, and then we can start implementing the form implementation, accepting like form data and then processing this form data. So first, what I will do now, I will just try to send any data to view, and then I will try to send a bit more structured data to the view. So this is my goal for next few minutes. Before I start, I will check if everything is okay on the stream, and we will continue. Okay, so everything seems to be okay. There is no more questions so far. Yeah, okay. So let's continue. If you have any question, just let me know. I will check chat. So this is a very simple change actually, right? So we want to send this message from our Go code to our template, and then use this in our HTML template. So this main, like if you remember, if you watched like in yesterday's stream, so this is the difference between what like totally static files, static assets, which we have here, and templates. In templates you can have data and variables, even functions from Go, and actually execute them, actually like render value of this variable. What I will try to send, let's say some like let's say I want to send another variable, another data. I'm doing this without checking with the source code, but just I'm curious if this works by default. So we send okay, we will send, let's say first one is ID, Second one is type. Let it be book. I think it's description, colors, blah blah blah. Red. Just random values, right? What it says, define keyword, blah blah blah. Name, type, yeah. And let's say test entity. 7. Doesn't like. Okay. Type. Name we have, and then we have description. Just save that. And what we do, we go back. No, we actually need to first use it. So we send it by another key, which is test entity. First I want to just show this. Probably we need to restart because we did some Go code change. Let me see, terminal. Okay, so this is our object, right? We are receiving this object. Since we didn't specify any fields, we are receiving this object as rendered print of this object. And what we do now, let's say we want to render only we have, let's say, another block. Let's put here div. Okay, so YouTube doesn't like my bitrate. Why? Oh, so quality is going to be down on YouTube. Twitch, anything is good. Okay, so let's continue. So I was doing this. Actually, we can do a bit smarter. We can do a little differently. So we can actually go and implement listing. So we don't get just a dummy data, but we actually get this data from our backend, right? So for test, let's just finalize this part. So I will say here we have test entity. We are just checking, right? So, and details will be, I will put all details in list. I think it was DLDD. Let me see what was types. HTML, DL, not UL, right? Not actually this one. I want to have key value type list. What it was? map, no. DL, right? No, it was DL, no? DL. Yes, DL, DT. DT. Okay, so it will be DL. DT will be ID. Value will show this one here. And this will be test entity ID. So this is how we will send this object and also show it field by field, right? So later we can actually, like how this happens in a bigger project, you can actually, if you show the same entity again and again, you can make a template, separate template out of it, and then reuse, right? So in our case, we just want to show one, so it will be type. Then I have name and description. So this is going to be name. This very nice feature of Visual Studio Code. I can say like I want to change this, but then also next one. So I can do Command D. So it will select also another instance, and I can say change description. And now we have ID, type, name, description, right? So this should be okay for now. And yeah, I think we need to restart. I would expect that for this small change we don't need to restart, but unfortunately we need to start. Okay, so this is our list now, not list but single object in a nice view. So we have label and value for test entity. And now maybe let's try to implement one more thing, and then I think I will stop stream for now. Let me see if there is any questions so far. Oh, there was another one. So why iris? Actually, it's very simple answer for me, because why iris? Because I not only iris, I am checking all others which match with my criteria. I have two criteria. It should be more or less relevantly popular, also recently active, recently changed. And so far I have this in my list: Gene, Echo, Iris, Fiber, Micra, Goa, and Gorilla Toolkit. So I will do similar things for each of these frameworks. I hope this helps. Please let me know if I have any other question. But maybe I can also answer this one differently. Like, I mean, if you are asking why Iris in general, I don't have enough information yet, but so far I can compare it with Bigo, which I used, Echo, which I am already like also testing, learning, and also Iris. And so far Iris seems to me like, I mean, this is my personal view, personal opinion. I think all of them are cool and then very interesting implementations. But so far Iris feels like kind of, how to say, more production ready, let's say, or more like developer friendly. I don't know even well like how to choose. For example, like, I mean, maybe I can do the same also with Echo. I will need to check this one. But for example, I really liked this approach. Like, so you can have party and show your entities. Like, I mean, this is one root group of URLs, and then you have subs. And I believe you can do the same with others, maybe not Echo, but other frameworks. But so far, from these three, Echo, Iris, and Bigo, probably I would go with also with Iris. But I need to say, in terms of documentation, like publicly available documentation, I think Echo is doing very well. But in terms of examples, Iris has a lot of examples in their repository. So like, I mean, few like comparisons. But ask me this question months later, so maybe I will have more information for you. Okay, so let me continue. So yeah, so we did send some data for single object, right? So later we can also send multiple items, multiple objects, and list all of them. But for now I want to finalize this form part, right? So we have this from yesterday. And I will need to first check for Iris how we can do it. So this is one of them, but there is also in Iris itself a long list of examples. But I think I will need to stop here for now. Let me lastly check one more thing. I know it was like shorter than usual stream. I will pick up topics later, maybe this evening, maybe tomorrow, we will see. And so far we don't have any more questions. Okay, so for now, thanks for watching. I hope you had the chance to ask questions, and thanks to everyone who actually asked the question. As I said, I need to stop for now, but I will continue this topic later. Maybe tomorrow, maybe this evening. I will announce it on social accounts. And see you in another. I see. Okay, that is great. I read that Iris have a lot of drama visits. Great. Yeah, maybe. I usually don't. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. Like, I mean, this is also my opinion. I usually ignore this drama kind of things. Really, I mean, if I like technology, I use it. If I don't like, or if there is any missing thing or feature, I will just, I don't know. If it's open source, I understand. Like, no one have to do anything for me, right? So it's open source. If I can do it myself, I will try to do it. If I cannot, I will try to like compensate it somehow. And I think this is how it should be for open source, right? So no one owns anything to anyone, right? It is open source. If anyone wants to like change or change whole concept, fork it and do, of course, respect the license part. But yeah. So for me, I mean, it's just out of curiosity, right? I want to see how these frameworks are compared to each other. And coming from Python, I have some like list of the things that I think is a must-have for each framework, each web framework. And I try to find them in each Go implementation. I think like for Go, like there is already like some like old and quite popular ones. Like I think one of them is Gin, right? I never worked with this, but I plan to also implement this test application with Gin. Like, I mean, why I'm saying this, actually it is quite mature. Like there are already some mature frameworks in Go, right? So it's just a question of preferences. So with this note, I will probably stop. Thanks for cool discussions and nice questions. Please, yeah, subscribe and